Hello and welcome to our show Dark Army Weekly Cyber News Top 5. Let's start. Number 5. WikiLeaks revealed CIA's Windows hacking framework Grasshopper. WikiLeaks now revealed the CIA's Windows hacking framework Grasshopper, after releasing Year Zero, Dark Matter and Marble, a Vault 7 and series. A new cache of 27 documents revealed a CLI-based framework developed by the CIA to build customized malware payloads for breaking into Microsoft's Windows operating systems and bypassing antivirus protection. Grasshopper allows tools to be installed using a variety of persistence mechanisms and modified using a variety of extensions, like encryption, WikiLeaks said in the press release. One of the so-called persistence mechanisms linked to Grasshopper is called Stolen Goods, which shows how the CIA adapted known malware developed by cybercriminals across the world and modified it for its own uses. One such malware is Carberp, which is a malware rootkit developed by Russian hackers. Number 4. U.S. trade group hacked with Chinese software ahead of XI summit. A sophisticated hacking group that pursues Chinese government interests broke into the website of a private U.S. trade group ahead of Thursday's summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, according to researchers. The hackers left a malicious link on web pages where members of the National Foreign Trade Council, NFTC, register for upcoming meetings, according to researchers at Fidelis Cybersecurity and a person familiar with the trade group. The malicious link deployed a spying tool called Scanbox associated with Chinese hackers group, which would have recorded the type and versions of software running on the computers of those exposed to it, said Fidelis researcher John Bambenek. The malicious link was active on the NFTC website between February 27 and March 1. Number 3. Millions of smartphones can be hacked over the air by using Broadcom Wi-Fi chip. Millions of smartphones and smart gadgets, including Apple iOS and many Android handsets from various manufacturers, equipped with Broadcom Wi-Fi chips are vulnerable to over-the-air hijacking without any user interaction. Apple rushed out an emergency iOS 10.3.1 patch update to address a serious bug that could allow an attacker within same Wi-Fi network to remotely execute malicious code on the Broadcom Wi-Fi SoC, software on chip, used in iPhones, iPads and iPods. The vulnerability was described as the stack buffer overflow issue and was discovered by Google's Project Zero staffer Gal Beniamini, who detailed his research on a lengthy blog post, saying the flaw affects not only Apple but all those devices using Broadcom's Wi-Fi stack. It allows Beniamini says the stack buffer overflow issue in the Broadcom firmware code could lead to remote code execution vulnerability, allowing an attacker in the smartphone's Wi-Fi range to send and execute code on the device remotely. Attackers with high skills can also deploy malicious code to take full control over the victim's device and install malicious apps, like banking trojans, ransomware and adware without the victim's knowledge. Number 2. Shadow brokers hackers release NSA hacking tools to punish Trump for abandoning his base. Hacking group Shadow Brokers has released the password to a trove of NSA exploits in what they say is a form of protest against President Donald Trump for going back on his campaign promises, and warning the president, "Don't forget your base." The password for the encrypted NSA files was made public through a blog post. Number 1. Beware of an unpatched Microsoft Word zero-day flaw being exploited in the wild. Security researchers are warning of a new in-the-wild attack that silently installs malware on fully patched computers by exploiting a serious and yet unpatched zero-day vulnerability in all current versions of Microsoft Office on fully patched PCs. The Microsoft Office zero-day attack, uncovered by researchers from security firms McAfee and FireEye, starts simply with an email that attaches a malicious Word file containing a booby-trapped OLE2 link object. When opened, the exploit code gets executed and makes a connection to a remote server controlled by the attacker, from where it downloads a malicious HTML application file, HTA, that's disguised as a document created in Microsoft's RTF, rich text format. The HTA file then gets executed automatically with attackers gaining full code execution on the victim's machine, downloading additional payloads from different well-known malware families to take over the victim's PC, and closing the weaponized Word file. Thanks for watching. Don't miss any upcoming video and be a part of our community.